Here's a good look at it, everyone. The National Championship Trophy. The FLW College Fishing National Champions are sitting right here, folks. The South Carolina Gamecocks. Patrick Walters, Geddes Brandon. Guys, first off, congratulations, National Champions. How does that feel?
Derek, it feels great, and we are glad to be here.
I tell you what, for one time I'm pretty choked up on words. I don't really know how to describe it. I don't know if it's set in yet, but we're glad to be here. We're glad to keep the trophy in the state and hopefully bring home many more.
So I got to know, because I went out on the lake with you guys on Wednesday for a practice round, final practice round before the tournament began. And you guys told me not so much home field advantage, home field knowledge. And you proved it. Just take me through, that process of just knowing the spots where you needed to be.
Well, like you said, the home field knowledge, it showed you, because when we went fishing with you, what was it, on Tuesday? We completely changed our game plan from what we did. We did nothing in the tournament what we did with you. The weather changed and the bite changed, and so we had to change everything up. And just that knowledge that we knew of the lake and where the areas usually are, and we knew that we had to chase the wind. The wind was the most important factor, and so once we started chasing the wind, we were able to catch the fish.
And adaptation was key, just like Patrick said. I mean, the last morning we had a spot, we were like, all right, this is where we're going to start. We had it in our mind, but we're going down the lake and we both look at each other and we're just like, this isn't the spot we need to go to. It had been good to us all week. Caught the majority of our good-sized fish at this one single spot. And the last day, we didn't catch a keeper off of it. But we were sitting in that position on Saturday morning in second place at 5 ounces out of the lead. And we were doing an interview with Jason Harper. He said, rivalries are made on championship day. And when you're the home team, you can kind of look over at the other guys that are in first, and you can tell them rivalries are made on championship day. Because they came in, fortunately, with 4 fish. They would have had that 5th one, we would have been cutting it close. But we were coming for them, and there she is.
Consistency, obviously, was the key.
Absolutely.
For you guys. Talk about being able to kind of keep that consistency through catching, about the same pounds that you caught all 3 days.
Consistency is what pays the bills. Liberty caught 2 7-pounders over the tournament, and we never had a fish over 5 pounds. So all of our fish were the same size, and that's typically what you have with herring spawn fish. We figured if we could catch as many fish as we possibly could and just slowly cull up, then we'd have the right size weight. And we were hoping we would catch a big fish in that process, and then we would bust a big sack, but we never did. We just stuck to our guns and slowly culled up.
And as you saw back in August when the Forest Wood Cup was here, Gagliardi actually cut it just a little bit closer and won by an ounce. It was a lot tougher of a year. And he sent a little text of encouragement over to a mutual friend of ours and said, tell Geddes and Patrick not to cut it as close as I did. So, that gap there was a little bit better, but still a pound and a few ounces is not that much. I mean, it was a close tournament. And it wasn't a home field advantage thing. It was home field, like he said, it's home field knowledge. It's changing, it's adapting, it's getting around and doing it.
Take me through just the nerves. From day one, was it kind of like, okay, we just need to get out here and start casting? Or were there any nerves at all going through it at all?
There was a little nerves, a little bit of pressure, but the main thing and the hardest part I had to deal with was getting number 1 in the boat. The hardest part for me in tournament fishing is getting number 1 and number 5. And until then, you're just worked up and you want to make as many casts as you can till you get those fish in the boat. And then it doesn't matter if you're fishing for the Forest Wood Cup, but when you get 5 fish in the boat, it takes a lot of stress off of you.
And Patrick and I have this thing where we don't really say too many words to each other until we have 5 fish in the boat. It's like, all right, we got to put these things in the boat or we can worry about talking later. We make decisions, but if there's other things that we want to talk about, kind of keep our mind off of, whatever's going through it, there's no talking until there's 5 fish in the boat. If there's 5 little squeakers, there's still no talking going on. And when we get that big one, get a couple good ones, start feeling good, momentum keeps going, and momentum's the name of the game in this sport. If you're not there to win, you shouldn't even be out there.
Liberty obviously was in the lead after the first 2 days. When you knew that you were in striking distance going into the final day, being in second place, what was the game plan? What was the target number that you wanted to go after, and did you feel like going into day 3 you knew exactly what you were looking for?
You know, our game plan never changed any of the 3 days. We went out there, our goal was to catch a 20-pound sack each day. You know, that's shooting for a big sack out there with the herring spawn fish, but we figured we could get it done. And you just needed a big bite for that, but we had cookie cutter fish, which were the fish that are all the same size. And we didn't want to be in the lead going into the last day. You know, we wanted to be in striking distance. So, I mean, they had all the pressure on them. So when we went out there, we were going to do whatever we needed to do to take it off of them.
I'll ask this too real quick, Dennis. Obviously, not a bad feeling right now for both of you. I guess it could be a lot worse, sitting with a nice brand new boat and also a entry into the Forest Wood Cup coming up in August. So what is that like, and what's the mindset going into that? Are you guys just kind of excited to be in it, or do you want to go in there with the mindset of winning the whole thing?
Well, let me say this to start off with. Patrick and I think we were on our last 1 or 2 spots, and we knew that we had a decent bag of fish. We weren't happy yet, and we look at each other, we go, this isn't necessarily just for a national championship. This is going to put us in the Forest Wood Cup. And we just kind of laughed, like, that's crazy. But just like I said a minute ago, if you're going out there, you're going out there to win. It's not a matter of being starstruck or being just happy to be there, like, oh, okay, well, we're here. You know, if you're going to go, you gotta bring your game. I mean, you're fishing against the best anglers in the world at that point.
Well, obviously, you guys are both the 2 best in the college ranks for now, because you're the FLW College National Champs. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we certainly wish you all the best in the future, and especially in the Forest Wood Cup. Hope you guys represent well, but thanks so much for joining us, and once again, congratulations, guys.
Thank you for having us.